get access to the contents of that phone.
Ray called for legislation to force Apple to help agents access the suspect's phone. The father of one of the Parkland shooting victims is apologizing for the outburst that got him removed from Tuesday's State of the Union address. Fred Gutenberg tweeted that he had let his emotions get the best of him. One of the biggest sporting events of the year gets underway today in Volusia County. Kickoff to Daytona Speed Weeks marks the beginning of the run-up to the Daytona 500 a week from Sunday. For your quick minute news, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
Well, the new year is upon us, and that means getting to those forgotten projects that you promised you would. So whether you're tackling a small honey-do list or building the Taj Mahal, Sunbelt Rentals will help you get the job done right with the right tools. From carpet cleaners to excavators, Sunbelt Rentals has what you need. So what are you waiting for? Get it done. Rent it now. From Sunbelt Rentals, located on Highway 27, just a half-mile east of I-75. Or visit sunbeltrentals.com. Get it done. Rent it now. Sunbelt Rentals.
Mostly cloudy and very warm this afternoon, becoming breezy with a shower or thunderstorm around, high 85 to 88. For tonight, mild with rain, low 58. Clouds giving way to sun tomorrow, high 67 to 71. Saturday, sunshine, high 69 to 73. Sunday and Monday, nice with clouds and sun. High Sunday, 77 to 80. High Monday, 73 to 82. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Ryan Day.
And good morning. Welcome back. You're listening to AM Ocala Live on WOCA Ocala, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM The Source, and streaming live, YouTube Live, WOCA, The Source Radio. We've had an interesting day so far. Not too bad. Happy Thursday, everybody. If you're at work, at school, we've got some weather. It looks like it's going to be coming in pretty strong tonight, as we can see already. It's a little bit cloudy and breezy already. They're calling for some more winds and possibility of some severe weather kind of moving in through tonight. And right now, 75 degrees currently where we're at here at the Paddock Mall, broadcasting live. It's a little gusty out there. I know over at the Ocala Airport, it's already gusting up to 21 knots, which you can assume to be close to about 25 miles per hour. We were going to start news bits there at the bottom of the 8 o'clock hour. At the time we had a little, just a little mix-up with time, not a big deal that we made work. But in the studio, we had Ryan Chamberlain, candidate for the Congressional District 3 for Congress. We had him in for an interview. It was great talking to him. We appreciate the time. With that run news bits a little bit for us to the top of that hour. And then, of course, we had veterans news. And then we just got done talking to Lori Williams there at the back half of the hour. Now that we're sitting about 6 minutes after the top of the hour, I've got some news items we can delve into. As we're going to wrap up the last hour of our show, as remember we go to 11 a.m. Little shout out to the community here. This was a story that we picked up that 4 Celtics signed scholarships. Trinity Catholic had 4 student athletes sign with college of their choices on Wednesday in the high school gymnasium. The 4 Celtics were football players: Chase Oliver, Johnny Alexander, and Miller Merriweather Lewis, and swimmer Ashton Thomas. The talented quartet signed on the dotted line in front of the student body. Chase Oliver, who played linebacker and safety for the Celtics, led the county in tackles with 130 for his outstanding and disruptive play. Oliver was selected as the Ocala Star Banner Defensive Player of the Year. He signed as a preferred walk-on to the Seminoles of Florida State. Congratulations to him and his family. It's a great day, and I can't thank my family, my friends, and coaches enough for supporting me, Oliver said. Can't wait to get up to Tallahassee. And with the new coaching staff that just came in, I feel like I've got the best opportunity at FSU. Head coach Mike Norville and his staff have a lot of energy, and it's once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Interesting. Excellent. Good job for that young man. Florida State, they could use all the help they can get right now. Johnny Alexander, who played defensive end and tackle for the Celtics, signed with Albany State University in Albany, Georgia. Alexander was selected to the All-Star Ocala Star Banner first team defense. This is a wonderful day Johnny Alexander said, I've had a good visit with Albany State and feel like it's just like home. They talked about getting me ready for the future with a degree and more than just football. Alexander hopes to be able to contribute as a freshman to the successful Division II Golden Rams program. Miller Merriweather Lewis, who anchored the offensive line from his left tackle position, was selected to the Ocala Star Banner first team offense, signed with Coffeyville Community College in Kansas. Quote, I have the best opportunity to play at Coffeyville, Merriweather Lewis said. College recruiting is business, and I realize that the best place for me is Coffeyville. I'll play tackle or guard, and I want to play well to boost my stock. Ashton Thomas, who set several records, signed a swimming scholarship with Wheaton College, located in Norton, Massachusetts. Thomas was a state qualifier in the 50 free and was selected the Ocala Star Banner first team. Wheaton College competes in Division III, and the Lions have an excellent swimming program. Shout out to them, and excellent stuff. Trinity Catholic volleyball standout Annie Kate Fitzpatrick was presented her State of the Florida Gatorade Volleyball Player of the Year banner during Wednesday's signing ceremony. Annie Fitzpatrick has signed a scholarship with Big Ten powerhouse Penn State. Fitzpatrick also selected as Dairy Farmers of Florida's Volleyball Player of the Year. Good for them. Good for them. There's our youth right there, just doing good. And when they come from the community and they do well, from where they move on with college, they always get back to the community. Good luck to everybody there, and good luck. Next up, says here recently, and this is within Ocala, recently released Ocala woman jailed again on drug charge. An Ocala woman fresh out of jail for failure to pay child support was arrested after drugs were found in her vehicle during a traffic stop. Melissa Janelle McBride, 38, was behind the wheel of a yellow Jeep Wrangler on January 30th when Marion County Sheriff's deputy paced her at 51 in a 45 zone. During the ensuing traffic stop, the deputies recognized McBride and her boyfriend from arresting that they were done during a stop less than a week earlier on the 24th. During the previous stop, McBride was charged with contempt of court, failure to pay child support, and it was discovered she had a suspended license. She was released from Marion County Jail on the 27th, according to records. Sheriff's Office K-9 unit arrived at the scene and conducted an open-air sniff, which detected the presence of narcotics. Deputies searched the vehicle and found numerous used syringes and unused syringes and one used syringe. Clear plastic bag containing a tan powder was found in McBride's front right pocket. The powder field tested positive for fentanyl. McBride, she said she'd forgotten the bag of drugs in her pocket. She said she bought it from a male subject the previous day. McBride was arrested and charged with the possession of the controlled substance without a prescription and knowingly driving a suspended or revoked license. She was released the next day on $3,000 bond. Out of Marion County, firefighters quickly knocked down flames in a Bellevue mobile home. Firefighters were dispatched at 10:10 a.m. after multiple 911 callers reported that a mobile home was burning and power pole was catching fire. With active lines down on the roof of the structure, callers said the power lines were continuing to arc, causing sparks to shoot off the pole. Bellevue Engine Company number 18 arrived on the scene at 10:15 a.m. Its crew reported a working fire with a double-wide mobile home 25% involved in flames. A district captain arrived a minute later, established command, completed an assessment of the situation, and notified all incoming units of active power lines on the side of the structure. The fire was under control at 10:23 a.m. No injuries were reported, and the cause of the blaze remains under investigation by Marion County Fire Rescue Fire Marshal Office. Crews from the Shady Station number 16, Silver Spring Shore Station number 17, the Villages of Marion Station number 10, and Summerfield Station number 30 arrived a short time later when the firefighters then made an aggressive interior attack of the fire, saving the majority of the structure from ruins. Interesting. That's something else right there. And on a lighter note, as we bring up a few birthdays for today, this is an interesting one here. Mike Farrell from the old show MASH, is 81. Tom Brokaw is 80 years old today. 80 years old for Tom Brokaw. And Axl Rose from Guns N' Roses is 58. Incredible. And a guy in Texas, this is interesting here. There's not much to go off of it. A guy in Texas wanted to prove his company makes healthy dog food, so he ate it for a month. Yikes. Well, I guess if it's good, it's good. This one here, in lieu of our coronavirus, a woman avoids coronavirus exposure by using RC car. A woman in China wanted to get some steamed buns from a nearby store, but she didn't want to risk the exposure to the coronavirus, so she sent a remote-controlled car equipped with some cameras, a loudspeaker, and a cargo box instead. Interesting. It's kind of like that episode of Big Bang Theory where Sheldon uses an iPad to do the same thing. Here's a wacky but true. Man steals because mom won't give him money. A Salt Lake City, Utah man is facing a felony charge after police say he stole a longboard skateboard. The 32-year-old said he stole it because his mother refused to give him money to buy one. Oh, there you go. That's only 0.02% of the youth acting out on something ridiculous like that with poor parenting. Television series premiere. This one here. Eddie Falco from The Sopranos stars in a new drama about the first female chief of police in Los Angeles. Thomas Sadowski from Life in Pieces. Michael Chernus from Orange is the New Black. And Adelaide Clemens from the show Rectify will also star in this premiere, which is tonight, CBS, and television's premiere of the show called Tommy. Interesting. Chris Rock's Saw reboot offers up first Twisted trailer. The first trailer of Chris Rock's Saw rebooted, titled Spiral, hit YouTube Wednesday, and it looks twisted. Starring The Rock, who is also the executive producer, and Samuel L. Jackson. Spiral is a reboot of the iconic 2004 horror film Saw, which spawned a large, gory franchise. Spiral is in theaters May 15th. Interesting. I'll have to look that one up. Are you guys fans of horror movies out there? I'm not one for myself to really be into horror movies, although most people I know are into them. I have trouble sometimes sleeping with my own night terrors and dreams anyway. That it makes it tough for me to watch that kind of stuff nonetheless. Interesting. We're going to take a short little break, and when we come back, we'll do some more news bits. That'll get us to the bottom of the hour. And then if you'd like to give us a call, 622-9622. Also, we will be giving away pairs of tickets to the Denellen Farm Days. Today we have 2 pairs, 4 tickets to give away that we'll be looking for Denellen Farm Days. If you like a pair of those tickets, give us a call, 732-8000 on the main line. We can get those tickets out to you. Call Tish. She'll take care of you. Give her your name and your phone number. You'll be able to pick up those tickets at will call, and we'll go from there. We'll be taking a break. When we come back, we'll be doing more news bits. You're listening to WOA. It's been a long morning, folks. You're listening to AM Ocala Live on WOCA Ocala, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
When you see the Mike Scott Plumbing truck, you know that experienced certified technicians are on the job. Mike Scott Plumbing has the equipment and expertise to handle any size septic job, residential and commercial. From pumping septic tanks to installing new tanks and drain fields. When you want the job done right the first time, then the first call you need to make is to Mike Scott Plumbing. Mike Scott Plumbing is locally owned and operated since 1987, so you get the quality you expect at the price you deserve. If water runs through it, we do it. Mike Scott Plumbing.
I'm Scotty, owner of 12 Rounds Boxing, with a personal invite for you to come check out my gym in Ocala, Florida, open 7 days a week from 10 a to 10 p. Come check us out.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Mostly cloudy and very warm this afternoon, becoming breezy with a shower or thunderstorm around, high 85 to 88. For tonight, mild with rain, low 58. Clouds giving way to sun tomorrow, high 67 to 71. Saturday, sunshine, high 69 to 73. Sunday and Monday, nice with clouds and sun, high Sunday 77 to 80, high Monday 73 to 82. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Ryan Day.
Denellen Farm Days Antique Tractor and Equipment Show is February 8th and the 9th, just 6 miles west of Denellen on County Road 40. It's fun for the entire family. Entry is just $5 each, or $15 for a carload up to 6 people. Children 12 and under are free. There'll be craft and food vendors, demonstrations, children's activities. Again, that's February 8th and 9th for the Denellen Farm Days. For more information, call 352-472-2703. A Tin Roof Shack production.
Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the third Wednesday of each month at 9:30 a.m. to Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion, and learn how they can help you.
Are you tired of exposing your retirement to stock market risk? How would you like to participate in stock market gains, but never stock market losses? Join Josh Simpson for the Retirement and Income Radio Show every Sunday at 8:35 a.m. You can also call Josh now for your free customized retirement and income kit book and 115-page retirement and income book at 844-450-SAFE-7233. That's 844-450-SAFE-7233.
And we're back. You're listening to AM Ocala Live, WOCA Ocala, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM The Source. And we're broadcasting to you live from the Paddock Mall. Live from the Paddock Mall. You can also catch us streaming on YouTube, WOCA The Source Radio. We have a caller on the line. We'll give him. Yeah, good morning. You're on the air.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning. Some of the grand old horror flicks from the 1950s, Steve McQueen, The Blob.
Yeah.
Let me see, The Crawling Eye with Forrest Tucker. Them with, what was his name? The guy from Gunsmoke.
Oh, shoot. I'm not sure.
Anyway, them was about the giant ants in the L.A. sewers, and of course, The Crawling Eye was this radioactive crawling eye in the Alps. So Yeah, those wonderful old 1950s movies. And then there was It, the Thing from Outer Space.
Yep.
That landed in up on the distant early warning line in Canada. Anyway,
What about the Alfred Hitchcock films then too?
oh yeah, the Bates Motel.
Bates Motel. One of my favorites, The Birds.
And The Birds, yeah.
I'm not
great ones.
I'm not a fan. I'm not a big fan of pet birds, but love them. They're awesome. But that inside the house flying at you. Nah, no thanks. Now, speaking of the movies that we're talking about, did you hear Kirk Douglas passed away?
Yeah,
At
103 years old.
3 years old. That's incredible. I think some people are like,
I
I thought
think
he
he
was
made a
80.
picture with his son when he was 100.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he got a small part, obviously.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
What would you say
Yeah.
his most known role would be after all those years in Hollywood?
He had so many.
I'd say the one that looked
The
up.
one that comes to mind is the detective story where he played a detective, a New York City detective, and he got shot by one of the villains in the squad room. Grabbed a gun from out of the officer's holster and shot Kirk Douglas.
Yeah. And then and he played. I know what stands out always in his younger days. when he
Yeah,
was fit
the
was,
old sword and sandals, the Spartacus.
Spartacus, yeah, which they reprised a version of Spartacus a few years ago, back in 2011, for a series, and it was really good. And that's actually how I went back and saw him, as he played like basically the original Spartacus in Hollywood film. Very, very good. Well, thanks for the call, partner.
And then there was 7 Days in May, where he and Burt Lancaster went at it. Burt Lancaster was trying to take over the White House.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there was a gunfight at the OK Corral. Burt Lancaster was Wyatt Earp, and Kirk Douglas was Doc Holliday.
Good ones. Well, thank you for the call, partner. You have yourself a good
All
day.
right, have a good day.
You got it. Thanks for listening. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, those are the old time horror films or scary movies. Interesting. And when you think 103 years old that Kirk Douglas lived, that's a long time, man. So yeah, he resonates to probably very many generations, but at the same time, still a little bit older generation than mine, I'd say. So I don't know much of what he did, I can admit that. But we're coming up to the bottom of the hour here, still doing a little bits of news bits. One thing to throw out, I noticed, is this little article here. In lieu of the Super Bowl on Sunday, a police chase ends in a crash along a parade route to celebrate the Chiefs' Super Bowl 54 win. A police chase ended in a car crash Wednesday morning in downtown Kansas City, Missouri, along with parade route that would celebrate the Chiefs' victory in Super Bowl 54. According to a release issued by the Kansas City Police Department, police took 2 suspects into custody, but no injuries were reported. The crash happened when several police units were dispatched, and one police car used a pit maneuver, a tactic that forces the fleeing car to turn sideways and lose control. According to the release, a car broke through the parade barrier on the north side of the parade route at about 8:12 a.m. Central Time. After all the officers along the route were notified of the incident, Clay County, Missouri Sheriff's deputies, who were on hand to assist with the Kansas City Police Department security for the parade, used stop sticks, which the car struck, according to the release. It says police said the car continued south along the route, where it appeared as if it would be headed towards the crowd that started to gather in anticipation of the parade. The Kansas City Police Department said that it had stationed several cars to block off the fleeing car from the crowd. Then police used the so-called pit maneuver, or pursuit intervention technique, to stop the car. The release said that the driver was being investigated for impairment and that a search for the car did not find any weapons. Police say that they did not know the suspect's motives, but added that there were no indications of terrorist activity. The police said that the parade route was secured after the incident. Does not say whether or not they were a 49ers fan. The parade is scheduled, or was scheduled, for 11:30 a.m., and after it had concluded, there would be a victory rally down in Kansas City at 1:30. Interesting. This one more local to ourselves here at home. 3 teens arrested here in Ocala for car burglaries. 3 juveniles were arrested by police early Wednesday morning for breaking into vehicles in southeast Ocala. The trio, 3 of them, a 15-year-old girl and 2 boys, ages 17 and 16, face charges of grand theft and burglary of the conveyance. The Star Banner is not naming the juveniles due to their ages. Shortly after 4 a.m., police were notified about a burglary along Southeast 8th Street. On the way to the reported burglary, an officer noted a golf cart. He noticed a golf cart in the middle of the road in the 300 block of Southeast 15th Avenue. While trying to find the golf cart's owner, police approached a 15-year-old girl who asked him if it was safe to be walking in the area. Officers were called to the area. They tried to contact the teen's parents but were unsuccessful. The girl then told police she met 2 other boys on Snapchat and that they burglarized 15 or 20 vehicles. She said she entered 8 or 10 vehicles herself and only took a bottle of water and a jacket. The teen also said that they took the golf cart and abandoned it after seeing the police officer in the area before splitting up. Officers were able to locate the boys, of one of whom told the detective about the breaking into the vehicles. Interesting. Officers are asking everyone to lock their vehicles and not leave any valuables in them. Coming to the bottom of the hour, we'll be doing a little bit more news bits as we come back. And phone lines are open, 622-9622. We'll be back after this. You're listening to 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source, Ocala.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. President Trump holding up a newspaper with the headline, "Acquitted," arriving at the National Prayer Breakfast in Washington the morning after his acquittal in the Senate on impeachment charges.
Our great country and your president have been put through a terrible ordeal by some very dishonest and corrupt people.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi said a prayer at this breakfast and did not say anything political. 20 passengers have now been taken off a cruise ship anchored off Japan, diagnosed with the coronavirus spreading in China.
Everyone else on board is looking at 2 weeks in quarantine.
We can't open the door and walk along the corridor. We are confined to cabin.
David Abel is there with his wife for a trip marking their 50th wedding anniversary. A second cruise ship is being held in Hong Kong.
Fox's Simon Owen, 563 deaths and 28,000 cases of the virus are now reported in mainland China. America's listening to Fox News.
Deborah's home was stolen. No, I don't mean thieves stole stuff. I mean scammers literally stole her home. The FBI calls title theft one of the fastest growing white-collar crimes. And this story is why you need Home Title Lock. Deborah says criminals found the title to our home online and filed fraudulent documents claiming they owned our home. Wait, it gets worse. Deborah goes on to say, I was evicted from my own home and $85,000 in equity gone. Nobody believes you can get your home stolen this easily. This is why you need Home Title Lock, because no insurance or bank protects your home from title theft. First things first, go to HometitleLock.com and register your address to see if your home's title has been tampered with. You need to protect the legal title to your home so you don't end up like Deborah. Go to HometitleLock.com now for 60 risk-free days of protection. Again, that's HometitleLock.com. HometitleLock.com.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Florida Cancer Specialist Foundation provides critical living expenses for cancer patients undergoing treatment. You can support the foundation by attending Farm to Table 2020 on February 8th at Castlegate Farm in Ocala. For more information and to make reservations, visit fcsf.org/events. That's fcsf.org/events.
Well, the new year is upon us, and that means getting to those forgotten projects that you promised you would. So whether you're tackling a small honey-do list or building the Taj Mahal, Sunbelt Rentals will help you get the job done right with the right tools. From carpet cleaners to excavators, Sunbelt Rentals has what you need. So what are you waiting for? Get it done. Rent it now. From Sunbelt Rentals, located on Highway 27, just a half-mile east of I-75. Or visit sunbeltrentals.com. Get it done. Rent it now. Sunbelt Rentals.
Ocala, quick minute news. The historic impeachment trial is over with President Donald Trump acquitted. Both Florida senators stuck with their fellow Republicans to vote not guilty. Mark Rubio tweeted that even if the abuse of power could be proven, removal wouldn't be in the best interest of the nation. Rick Scott tweeted that he was glad the, quote, charade was over and said, let's get back to work. A strong cold front is sweeping into the northwest Florida area today and then down in the peninsula. Chief State Meteorologist Amy Godsey at the Florida Division of Emergency Management says things could get rough.
It will bring the threat for mainly damaging winds, but there is a possibility for some isolated tornadoes all the way down through central Florida, so it is something to watch out for.
The front isn't expected to arrive in central and south Florida till after dark tonight, so the chief meteorologist says to make sure you have a way to receive weather warnings even if you're in bed. Hope that a missing baby from South Florida will be found alive appears to be fading. Officials in Collier County are now using 2 cadaver dogs from the Pasco County Sheriff's Office to search for Andrew Gabiero, who was allegedly kidnapped from his home in the Miami-Dade County last week by his father. The Florida Highway Patrol is in mourning. That after veteran trooper Joseph Bullock was shot and killed yesterday while trying to help a stranded motorist in Martin County.
Joe was one of the troopers that went out every day, did his job quietly, professionally, and with the utmost dedication. And it is a tragic, tragic loss.
Florida Highway Patrol Gene Spalding says a passing officer from the Riviera Beach Police Department was able to shoot and kill the gunman. An Air Force veteran, the 42-year-old Bullock, spent 19 years with the Florida Highway Patrol. The Heat are making a splash ahead of today's NBA trade deadline. Multiple reports say Miami has acquired veteran forward Andre Iguodala from the Memphis Grizzlies in exchange for a package including forward Justice Winslow. Your Ocala Quick Minute News, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
Everybody wants azaleas, but not everybody has as many azaleas as Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens in Ocala. They're having a fantastic truckload sale with semi-dwarf, ever-blooming, vivid azaleas available for just $3.99. Check out the buy one, get one half-price deals on blooming and foliage hanging baskets. Larger size number 7 Bob Wine's Heirloom Camellias, also buy one, get one at half price. And check the closeouts on a special selection of trees. Some are regularly as much as $139, now selling, forget this, just $10 to $20. And guess what? With spring just a few weeks away, Bob Wine's is open new longer hours, Monday through Saturday, 9 to 4:30. Don't miss the Camellia Show Spectacular going on right now at Bob Wine's on Southeast 38th Street, Ocala, away from all the traffic, but in the same blooming place since 1952.
PPIR is a networking group formed to serve the realtor and small business community. It primarily serves the real estate and construction industry, but is open to all businesses that provide any service or product to the real estate business community. PPIR has no membership dues or fees for attendees. The watchwords are keep it simple and maximize networking time. PPIR chapters meet 3 times monthly at different locations after normal business hours. For information on this, call 352-615-9412 or go to events at ppirevents.com. PPIR, professional people in real estate.
Tick-tock. The days fly by, and we find tax season is upon us once again. Not to worry, though. With a reputable CPA firm on your side, you can rest assured that all of your needs will be handled in a professional and thorough manner. Robson, Scribner, and Stewart is just that firm. They're there for their clients year-round, not just during tax season, to handle your needs and answer any questions you may encounter. At Robson, Scribner, and Stewart, there is no client too small or too large. Their expertise ranges from the single individual to the largest of corporations. Get your return prepared by a professional who will use their years of experience to ensure that your tax return's outcome will leave you in the best possible position. Call them today at 694-4184. Robson, Scribner, and Stewart. They're there for you today. Again, that number is 694-4184. Time is of the essence, so don't delay. 694-4184.
Mostly cloudy and very warm this afternoon, becoming breezy with a shower or thunderstorm around, high 85 to 88. For tonight, mild with rain, low 58. Clouds giving way to sun tomorrow, high 67 to 71. Saturday, sunshine, high 69 to 73. Sunday and Monday, nice with clouds and sun, high Sunday 77 to 80, high Monday 73 to 82. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Ryan Day.
And we're back. You're listening to 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source, AM Ocala Live, broadcasting to you live from the Paddock Mall. Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. As we're downhill from here to the work week, to the end of the work week, as we make our way into the weekend with weather coming in tonight, currently 77 degrees here at the Paddock Mall, as it is going to rain tonight. Hopefully not as severe as they're calling, but they are calling for some severe weather in lieu of the winds and all that good stuff. But right now we were doing news bits, and before we get started farther on that, I wanted to mention that we have 2 pairs of tickets to give away for the Denellen Farm Days. Denellen Farm Days, 2 tickets, 2 pairs of tickets. Give us a call, 732-8000 on the main line. We'll take down your name and number, and they'll be available for you at pickup for the will call. Again, that's 2 tickets, 2 pairs of tickets. Give us a call, 732-8000. Denellen Farm Days. Denellen Farm Days. Boy, man, there's a lot going on in Ocala. A lot going on in Ocala this week, and the weather couldn't be better. It's supposed to be chilly at night. Once this weather that is supposed to be pretty gnarly moving through, the weekend looks phenomenal. Phenomenal. As we're doing a little bit of news bits, this just come up that motorists should expect temporary lane closures around Northeast 37th Street. Motorists may encounter temporary lane closures along Northeast 37th Street between the intersections of County Road 314A and Northeast 174th Terrace through Friday, February 7th, as Clay Electric Cooperative Incorporated, that's a tongue twister, as Clay Electric Cooperative Incorporated works within the county's rights-of-way. The crew will be placing barricades and signs to redirect traffic through to work zones. Travelers should expect delays and use alternate routes when possible. Adverse weather conditions and other unforeseen circumstances may affect certain schedules. For more information about this closure, which will be for tomorrow, by the way, through, where they say between the intersections of such through February 7th, as it is now. For more information, contact the Office of the County Engineer, 352-671-8686. Again, that was a expected temporary lane closure and bottlenecking of traffic there, County Road 314A and Northeast 174th Street. So there you go. There you go. As we're getting back to a little bit of news bits, as we've got now just about 20 minutes before the top of the hour, which we'll be wrapping up our Thursday here at the station as we go to 11 a.m., 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. And a little bit of some other news that was popping up. We just finished a story about 3 teens that were arrested for car burglaries that were in the Ocala area in southeast Ocala. Officers are asking everyone to lock their vehicles and not leave valuables in them, as 3 teenagers who will face charges of grand theft and burglary for their conveyance. They're not naming the juveniles due to their ages, but shortly after 4 a.m., the police notified about a burglary along Southeast 8th Street. On the way to the reported burglary, an officer noticed a golf cart in the middle of the road in the 300 block of Southeast 15th Avenue. While trying to find the golf cart's owner, the officer was approached by the 15-year-old girl who asked him if it was safe to be walking in the area. Other officers were called in the area. They tried to contact the teen's parents but were unsuccessful. The girl told police that she met 2 other boys on Snapchat and that they burglarized 15 or 20 vehicles. She said she entered 8 or 10 vehicles herself and only took a bottle of water and a jacket. The teen also said that they took the golf cart and abandoned it after seeing police in the area. Interesting. Moving on from that, on a sad note here, a man killed when SUV falls on him. Trathon Ross, 36, was working under his vehicle when it had fallen off the jacks. The Marion County Sheriff's Office had released the name of the man killed over the weekend when a vehicle that he was working on fell on top of him. Authorities have identified the man as Trathon Ross, 36 years old. Deputies said the investigation is still ongoing. On Saturday afternoon, deputies were called to the 11,200 block of Northwest 188th Street in Micanopy and about the vehicle falling on a man. At the location, deputies were told a sport utility vehicle on jacks. Ross was underneath the vehicle when working on it, and it slowly slipped off the jacks and landed on him, deputies were told. Sheriff Office officials said Ross was taken to the UF Health Shands Hospital in Gainesville after. That's tough. Yeah, be careful when you're working on your cars. Sunrise Automotive, Matt Gibbs will tell you that. We had him in the studio on Tuesday, and he says if you're going to do any repairs yourself, make sure you do it safely. Lake Weir student accused of having a stolen gun on campus. The 17-year-old boy also charged with a marijuana possession. Silver Spring Shores. A Lake Weir High School student was taken into custody Wednesday and accused of possessing a stolen gun and a small amount of marijuana while on campus. School Resource Officer Jacob Craig charged the 17-year-old boy with the possession of a firearm on school property, unlawful possession of a firearm by someone younger than 18, grand theft of a firearm, burglary, and possession of less than 20 grams of marijuana. That's not very much marijuana. But anyway, the juvenile's name is not being released by the Star Banner because of his age. Craig was told that the marijuana may be in the student's backpack. A dean searched the teen's bag and found a Smith & Wesson 9mm handgun and less than 20 grams of the marijuana. Deputies checked the gun, and it was reported stolen to their agency in August of 2019. The boy told officials he had the gun for protection. After the interview, he was arrested. From protection from what? They did not say. Did not say. Interesting. Monarch butterfly population is at a critical low level. This coming out of California. The population of monarch butterflies overwintering in California remains at a critical low level for a second straight year, an environmental group announced Thursday. Let's see here. In its annual survey, the Exercise Society counted the orange and black insects, that there was about 29,000 butterflies. That's not much different than last year's tally when the all-time low of about 27,000 monarchs were counted. Although this is 2,000 more than last year. It comes as a result of greater survey effort with the volunteers visiting more sites. By comparison, about 4.5 million monarch butterflies wintered in forest groves along the California coasts in 1980s. We had hoped that the western monarch population would have rebounded at least modestly, but unfortunately it has not, said Emma Pelton, the Exeter Society's Western Monarch lead. The Society is a nonprofit environmental organization that focuses on the conservation of invertebrate animals. For decades, monarchs in the West have been in decline because of loss of habitat, including destruction of their California overwintering sites and loss of both milkweed and caterpillars and flowering resources to fuel migration. The Society said the insects are also impacted by climate change and pesticide use. Pelton said that people can help by planting early blooming flowers and milkweed to fuel migrating monarchs on their paths to other states. The Exeter Society is also working with the state of California to protect the butterflies, wintering sites, and new development sites in the state parks. A separate population of monarchs overwinters in Mexico and flies back up the central coast in the eastern U.S. and Canada each year. Mexican officials said that last year the butterfly population wintering there was rebounding, but they have not yet released this year's count. The monarch is now also under government consideration for listing under the U.S. Endangered Species Act. The decision on whether the butterfly will be listed as threatened is expected by December. Quote, without immediate action, I fear we will lose the animals from the western landscape, said Scott Black, executive director of the Exeter Society. Quote, with them, California will also lose out on tourism in places like Pacific Road across the West. We will lose the ability of our children to experience the majesty of the monarch migration. Interesting. Monarchs are gorgeous, gorgeous insects, gorgeous butterflies. That's a shame to see them going. All right, we're going to take a short break here. And before we go, give us a call, 732-8000. We've got 2 pairs of tickets to give away for the Denellen Farm Days. Good value there coming up this weekend, Denellen Farm Days. Give us a call, 732-8000. And when we come back, we'll be offering that number again. When we come back, we'll be wrapping up the show, but we're going to leave the phone lines open one last time, 622-9622, to give us a call to send us out and go from there. Why not? Happy Thursday, everybody. You're listening to WOCA Ocala, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source. We'll be back after this.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Florida Cancer Specialist Foundation provides critical living expenses for cancer patients undergoing treatment. You can support the foundation by attending Farm to Table 2020 on February 8th at Castlegate Farm in Ocala. For more information and to make reservations, visit fcsf.org/events. That's fcsf.org/events.
Everybody wants azaleas, but not everybody has as many azaleas as Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens in Ocala. They're having a fantastic truckload sale with semi-dwarf, ever-blooming, vivid azaleas available for just $3.99. Check out the buy one, get one half-price deals on blooming and foliage hanging baskets. Larger size number 7 Bob Wine's heirloom camellias, also buy one, get one at half price. And check the closeouts on a special selection of trees. Some are regularly as much as $139, now selling, forget this, just $10 to $20. And guess what? With spring just a few weeks away, Bob Wine's is open new longer hours, Monday through Saturday, 9 to 4:30. Don't miss the Camellia Show Spectacular going on right now at Bob Wine's on Southeast 38th Street, Ocala, away from all the traffic, but in the same blooming place since 1952.
PPIR is a networking group formed to serve the realtor and small business community. It primarily serves the real estate and construction industry, but is open to all businesses that provide any service or product to the real estate business community. PPIR has no membership dues or fees for attendees. The watchwords are keep it simple and maximize networking time. PPIR chapters meet 3 times monthly at different locations after normal business hours. For information on this, call 352-615-9412 or go to events at ppirevents.com. PPIR, professional people in real estate.
Tick-tock. The days fly by, and we find tax season is upon us once again. Not to worry, though. With a reputable CPA firm on your side, you can rest assured that all of your needs will be handled in a professional and thorough manner. Robson, Scribner, and Stewart is just that firm. They're there for their clients year-round, not just during tax season, to handle your needs and answer any questions you may encounter. At Robson, Scribner, and Stewart, there is no client too small or too large. Their expertise ranges from the single individual to the largest of corporations. Get your return prepared by a professional who will use their years of experience to ensure that your tax return's outcome will leave you in the best possible position. Call them today at 694-4184. Robson, Scribner, and Stewart. They're there for you today. Again, that number is 694-4184. Time is of the essence, so don't delay. 694-4184.
Mostly cloudy and very warm this afternoon, becoming breezy with a shower or thunderstorm around, high 85 to 88. For tonight, mild with rain, low 58. Clouds giving way to sun tomorrow, high 67 to 71. Saturday, sunshine, high 69 to 73. Sunday and Monday, nice with clouds and sun, high Sunday 77 to 80, high Monday 73 to 82. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Brian Day.
And we're back. You're listening to AM Ocala Live on WOCA Ocala, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. The Source, broadcasting to you live from the Paddock Mall. As we got just about 6 minutes left before the top of the hour, as we'll make our closing statements here as we come to the end of the show. AM Ocala Live you've been listening to. Thank everybody who has. We just did a little extended version on a different side of News Bits, as we had in Ryan Chamberlain for running for Congress, District 3. It's a pleasure to have him in the studio. Hopefully we'll have him in again as his campaign continues. Somebody who's not used to being a politician, running for office, who's been wanting to do it for a long time, since he was younger, and now having the opportunity to do so, but also looking to make change and make things in a right direction for our country. We had him on, so you can look that up if you'd like to see that interview on YouTube, WOCA, The Source Radio. We did a little shout out with what we have coming up this weekend. Just another mention is tomorrow, the First Friday Art Walk. Art Walk returns February 7th from 6 to 9 p.m. for tomorrow. Lots of great stuff, over 40 local artists and vendors. There's going to be live music, all kinds of good stuff down there. You might even catch myself down there. I think I'm looking to make a trip to the historic downtown Ocala to see that tomorrow night. Might head down there, see what it's about, support that. One thing I would like to go is February 8th, which is Saturday, the Cattle Drive and Cowboy Roundup. Fortunately, I won't be able to go to that one, but I'd like to, as you can witness cattle being driven down historic Ocala downtown towards the Tuscaloosa Park for the Cattle Drive and Cowboy Roundup. Everybody's encouraged to line the streets to watch the cattle walk on through. So Ocala's running of the bulls, if you will. And all the festivities get started at the Tuscaloosa Park. After the cattle get there, they're going to have all kinds of good vendors and food and cowboy-themed items. Also, too, there will be the ducky race that they'll be having with the Tuscaloosa Lake. There'll be the ducky race across the finish line. You can donate to get a duck to see if you win. There'll be cash prizes for first, second, and third place ducky finishes. That's going on this weekend. The weather should be should be beautiful by then as we got weather moving into tonight. Everybody stay safe out there with that. Strong winds, so bring in the patio furniture and everything like that to get prepared, just in case. A lot of the majority of the so-called winds look to be more in the northern area of the Panhandle, but they could come here just as well, which brings us to tornado threat or something close like it. So just everybody be prepared and stay tuned for all of your updates on the weather as you move into the evening. Thank our sponsors, Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center of Ocala, Penn Flooring, as we did our segment with Galen, talking a little bit more baseball, more about his Boston Red Sox. I'm going to pull together, now that I know he likes baseball, I'm going to pull together a little bit more to talk about my Indians a little bit. But I do know that there's quite a few Boston Red Sox fans in the area, some that I serve at the establishment where I work on the weekends, so they can tune in for that. Give us a call. We are still giving away 2 pairs of tickets to the Denellen Farm Days, which is also going on this weekend, 732-8000, and go from there. And as we got just a few minutes left here, we'll take one more caller just at the end of the day. Good morning. You're on the air. Hey, good morning.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see. Sign stealing has been going on in baseball since probably the second professional game. One of the most elaborate ones was the Cleveland Indians. Bob Feller had been in the Navy during World War II, and he bought back this excellent pair of binoculars. And they stationed somebody out in the center field of old Cleveland Municipal Stadium with those binoculars, and they wired an extra light into the scoreboard, which the guy could flash whatever the secret code was for curveball and fastball and whatever.
Incredible.
And it went undetected for quite some time, a number of years. And then eventually the American League made him take the light out.
Oh, that's good. That's a good story. Well, thanks, partner. Awesome. Yeah, that's pretty neat. And I didn't know that, and I'm a Cleveland Indians fan. Excellent. Well, that's a cool way to wrap up the show. We just got a minute left here. Thanks for the call. I appreciate it. He's calling a couple times a day. Thank you very much, too, for participating, for listening. For everybody else who's listening out there, thank you very much. We'll be in tomorrow to finish out your work week, Friday, February 7th, which will be good. We'll be finishing that up, the work week, getting into the weekend, and everything else. Thanks again for listening to 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source. We said, broadcasting live from the Paddock Mall, and also you can catch us too streaming live, YouTube live, WOCA, The Source Radio. Thank you guys very much, and until tomorrow, goodbye.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. President Trump at the National Prayer Breakfast says...
On the morning after the Republican-led U.S. Senate acquitted President Trump of 2 articles of impeachment brought against him by U.S. House Democrats, he and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi appeared together at the National Prayer Breakfast, Pelosi giving the opening prayer.
We thank all gathered at this prayer breakfast for lifting our voices for the millions who are missing or murdered because of their faith.
When he spoke, President Trump seemed to be directing some of his remarks at Pelosi. He had famously said once when she had said she prays for him that he didn't believe her and she was lying.
I don't like people who use their faith as justification for doing what they know is wrong. Nor do I like people who say, I pray for you, when they know that that's not so.
This is USA Radio News.
Hello, this is Wayne Allen Root, relentless conservative warrior, middle-class warrior, and always Trump warrior. I have a message for my fellow patriots across America. President Trump is making America great again. He's the only president in my lifetime who is keeping his promises, and his biggest promise is to build that wall. President Trump can only do it with our help. If Congress won't fund Trump's wall, we will. President Trump is one man against the world, and what globalists and socialists around the world want is clear, open borders. It's time to take a stand. We either build a wall, or it's the end of the greatest nation in world history ever blessed by God. That's why I founded the Root for the Wall PAC.